Generally speaking, your building officials are not going to know what the heck you're talking about. So expect to have preliminary conversations and be working together rather than having a simple process. Here's what I would do if I'm living in an insured home and I want to get permits. I would start by having a preliminary conversation, find out where my building code office is, and go down and talk about, have you guys ever put in masonry heaters or thermal mass heaters of any kind? What's the permitting structure like? Is that something that I can get an engineer to stamp it? Do I need to go through your alternative appeals process? What's the procedure? If they've never heard of masonry heaters, you have kind of a learning curve to work with. If they do masonry heaters all the time, then this may be something that just fits into their process for masonry heaters as a special case. Things that can help. The City of Portland has approved a code-like set of building standards, and they have a 1-week approval process for building these in Portland, Oregon. And that can be a very nice thing for building officials elsewhere to look at as they're thinking about whether to approve your project. Designs that are stamped by an engineer or architect, again, it takes a lot of the liability off of your local jurisdiction if you've got somebody who's got a license saying, I'm endorsing this, and because they put their license on the line for your project. There is an ASTM standard for masonry heaters. It's ASTM standard 1602-03. And it is possible to build a rocket mass heater to that standard.
Or you can work on code yourself and educate your local building inspectors.
I would say that's a much better way to go, is look at building something outdoors that they can come and ooh and ah and look at how clean it is and look at how low the surface temperatures are, and then they tend to relax once they've seen one that works.
And all building code has a wording that says
equally safe alternative.
Right, an equally safe alternative or something of that nature. And that puts it back on your building code officials. They can approve it if they think that it is an equally safe or equally appropriate device, installation, whatnot.
We found that it went over really well when we used wood stove clearances around the metal barrel, because that's appropriate for the temperatures those metal barrels can get sometimes. We used masonry heater clearances around the combustion area where the mass can get up to, say, 150, maybe 180 Fahrenheit after a long burn. And around the mass, the heat exchange mass, under masonry heater code it would be 4 inches.
Yep.
You are probably going to need to have your design worked out well ahead of time and submit that design for, at minimum, something like a mechanical permit to show that you can support the weight.